So most of the times, like you have a document and you want to send it as an XML document, sorry, XML string, then you'll use this document to XML string. I think last time we have seen, we'll see this already. And create one service related to XML. Document XML string. Let me make it as a document CMP. Date of joining. Salary. Okay. So I want to convert the CMP record, whatever the data I want, or I gave, to be my XML string. XML string will be my output. So Control S. There is no mapping. You have to define the mapping. Okay. So this will be your XML file. So it won't consider the tag. So only the data inside it, so it will be converting. It's not correct. It has to start with EMP. There will be one more property which we are missing. Add header to true. Okay, and if you have any encoding in your, if you want to add any encoding, you can put it here. So encoding will be the name. So US18 something like that. Okay, and you want to give your own document type name, then you can give it. It will be similar. Again, I don't know. One second. Okay, give me some time. I will just check and update on this. Yes, and process. It's excluding the header node. I don't know why. So I will check you that. Because if I add like EMP under EMP, it's coming as EMP. So it's excluding the header node. Whatever the document name we are giving, so it's excluding it. From there, start giving it. Okay, so this is one important service for document to XML string. So if you have a document and you want to convert XML and you want to send it through the internet, then you will use this service. Okay, so there should be some parameter which I'm getting input or output. So attribute properties. Okay, I don't think so. You can do anything here. So it's excluding the header node and it's giving me the everything else. Okay, and these are different concept called the enhanced XML node. So we will discuss this when we are dealing with the integration server. So there you have to change the setting and then you can do it. And load XML node. So whatever the XML data you are receiving from the internet, it will be in the form of node. Okay, it's not a direct XML. So we'll receive the XML node. From that XML node, you will convert your document and you will work everything. So you don't receive like direct XML message anytime. For example, so there is public client. So there'll be one parameter called the content type. Uh, One second, guys. Is in a structs. Okay. Yeah, argument he not give. Actually, there is a one concept called the content type. So you can specify a XML or text message, or you are sending some a JSON message like that, like application or slash something like this. Okay. Let me go with this. Okay, something like this. Application slash audio. Okay, for like what all these messages you can deal with that. And same way, application slash XML for the XML type. Okay, so whenever you have this like application slash XML, so that means you are receiving the XML message, and that XML integration server. It's not in the form of a normal string message. It will be in the form of node, which is a XML node. That's what we're seeing it here. So you'll receive the XML file in the form of XML node. So once you receive that XML node, you will convert a document, because in integration server you will work with only a document. Okay, so after converting a document, you will do all your validation. Like if you want to insert a data into web methods, so you, from the document you will get the data and you will insert into a database. And then so this will text enhanced, you don't need to think about it. XML string to XML node. Again, if you have XML string in your web methods and you want to convert it as a XML node, you can use this. So XML data not required. So here, so the one question which they ask is like how to deal with the large files. So when you receive large XML file, like we'll be having the limit in the integration server, like maybe in the MBs. If you receive like large XML file, you don't want to load everything in a single point of time. So you can do in the chains. You'll do small parts of the XML message. So the first step, so if they ask like how do you do a large handling, you'll tell them. So the XML, whatever you're receiving from the customer, it will be in the form of, one second guys, it's coming. So your input will be a type of node, object type, it is a node. Okay, so once you receive this XML node, so you'll convert that XML, oh sorry, the first service should be the load XML node. So this load XML node, like you can give the URL from where you want to get this XML file, and you can use this method also. This applicable only for the web methods. Sorry, RESTful service, like we are giving it. Okay, so from this URL, instead of using the HTTP, then you can directly also use this. So what we do in the HTTP, so you'll give the URL and you give the method, and you'll say load as either sorry, either byte or stream. From that stream, you will get the node, and then you start proceeding with it. Instead of it, you can directly pass the URL and method. And if you have any authentication, you can do. So this is an alternative to the HTTP service, but applicable only for the XML type. So this HTTP, like you can access anything, not only the XML message, you can access the text message or JSON message, everything. But this service, if you are mentioning the URL, that URL should return only the XML file. Okay, from the XML file you will receive the node. Once you receive the node, okay, and then you will do get XML node iterator actually. So for that node, you have to get the iterator. So you want to iterate one by one. For example, so the example which we have seen has a only one single employee. Let's say like you have 1 lakh employees. You don't want to load all 1 lakh employees in a single point. So what you do is like you load one by one. So your memory won't be full. If you load all 1 lakh records to your memory, it will be full. So what we do is we will do one by one. So if you want to do from that node, you have to get the iterator for it. By using this iterator, you will iterate one by one. So first you will get the XML node. From that XML node, you will do the get the node iterator. From that node iterator, you will query the either you can query the particular, or we don't want. We'll go with the next because we have the sorry. We have the node iterator, so we'll go with the next. Get next XML node. Okay, so this node is Get next XML. Okay, so if you pass the iterator, it will give you the uh, next node name and node. From this get XML node, so you will get the node again. From this node, you will convert to XML. So this XML to document, it will give you only one employee. So what you have to do is, for example, you want to extract the 1 lakh EMP. First, you will convert this as a EMP. It's a name, ID, and salary as of now. So end of the service, what you have to get is 1 lakh EMP to your output. But here, what you are getting is from XML node to document. You'll get only one employee. So this document will be having the only single employee record. So what you have to do, you have to append to the existing EMP. Since this is a single document and this is a multiple list. So from here, so it's a single employee and this is a multiple employee. So you will append to this existing EMP. So you have to use your existing. There is the, you have the list. Append to document list. So either you can use a single EMP record and convert your document to EMP and then list append to document list. Before going here, come up here. Get XML node iterator, next XML node. Okay, so next XML node we are saying. So how do you know whether like the next XML node is existing or not? So once you reach the last step, so this next should not return anything. So here you have to repeat. So this should be inside your repeat. So repeat on success. So repeat on success, and you have to add a one branch. Branch on this next element. Name. So if this name is null, that means you don't have the next record. If name is other than null, then you have the record. Okay, so what I'm doing, first I'm loading the XML node and then I'm getting the iterator for the XML file and then I'm getting the next XML node. So from this iterator, I am finding out the get next XML node. Oh, so actually this also has to inside my repeat because every time it has to get the next XML node. And once it's done, then so if there is any null, then I have to exit with the failure. So that it will exit from the, or I can throw an exception also, not a problem. I'll do exit only. I will give a label to it, label name. So exit from that name. So I want to exit from here and go to the next step. Okay, so I'm getting the next XML node every time, and here this node will gives me a next one, and then from the node I will get the document which is a single employee record. Okay, from the single emp I can maintain like this also, emp, and then name to it. Mhm. Okay, I have to create in the input, so then only it will come to the output. Allow me to create a document. Here guys. Maybe I have to change the name, otherwise you'll be confused between these two. Right. So emp temp will be your from item, emp will be your list item, to list, to where you want to append. One second. Okay, so end of the time the to list again has to go to your emp, so which will contain the new one. So give me 1 second. Hello. Sorry guys. So this is important, like how to handle the large XML file. You will receive the node, which will be having like a 1 lakh or 2 lakh records. You don't want to load everything into your integration server. So you'll get a iterator to that node, and you will iterate. So you will add one repeat step because you want to repeat whenever there is a next node. Okay. First you will check the get next XML node, whether next XML node exists or not. So if it exists, okay, so you will convert that XML node to a document, and that will be a single employee record. So you have to add that single employee record to the list of employee records. So you will add a single record to the multiple by using the append to document list. So once you've done that, again you have to repeat because so this step is success. So you said repeat on success. So this particular step was success. You did not get any failure here. So it will repeat. And again it will go till it reaches the get next node as a null. So once it sees the null, it will exit from the repeat step. And if you have any next any steps, then it will go to the next steps. Is this clear? Any doubts in this model? You can. Any doubts? Okay, so I won't be able to show the example because like in real time also it not work till now. So in this model, yeah, otherwise I would have shown you something. But it would be good if you know like how to handle it. Okay, so we are done with the development part. So as of now, any doubts on the development? So just note down everything like whatever you need and send me next like share it among all. What doubts you have? So we'll have one more class where we can clarify all the doubts. Okay, so send. So we have the email IDs, right? So send me all the doubts what you have from the development perspective and share with me. We have one more class and we'll discuss everything and close it out. Okay, next we'll go to the integration server administration part. So integration server administration, if you see, so you can access with your host name and then IP address, whatever you have given. So an important thing is like you will see, yeah, yes, my children.
Any XSLT services will use it
Yes, correct.
XSLT services.
So we are missing few, I think. So C not required. So this notification I will tell you. Cloud Connect also not required as of now. Plot file this one is C. So JMS trigger I have to tell you. Okay, and then so this XLST service I will tell you this. Okay, in the next class. I forgot. Okay, and specification. Sorry, I forgot about the specification. I will complete it now. Okay, specification is used to create input and output variables. Okay, so for example, so if you see all our mathematical operations, so how many inputs you will pass? Two inputs you will pass, and you'll get only output. So you'll say you don't want to say like multiplication number or addition number. So for example, if you say number one, pass number one and number two, okay, and it gives me the result as value. So addition also you'll pass two numbers and you'll get the sum of as a result. And subtraction also two values, one output. So every time I don't need to recreate these inputs to the service. So if I have any specification created with the input and output, okay, I can use those specification reference. And the advantage over here, so whenever I change the specification, the inputs related to that also will be changed. For example, say I want to create a addition of two numbers. Okay, so once I why is it here? Hmm. Something wrong with my designer. Default perspective. It's in default perspective. Reset perspective. One second. Okay, thank you. Okay, for example, like I have specification with number one, number two, and which gives the result of the value. And this is a service which I want to create with the input and output. I don't want to create input and output. I will load the inputs and output from the specification. So specification reference, and these will come automatically. And I don't be able to add extra variables because I know. So whenever I'm writing this service, it has to get the values from the only text specification. If I want to add anything, I have to go and add to specification and not to service, which the specification is using. For example, if I control S and then close it and reopens, so it will be with the test. So it will load automatically. Specification is to store your input and output, and that can be used in the multiple services. Okay, and it won't allow any extra variables adding to your input and output of the service. Okay, so the XLST, I will tell you that. Okay, so till now what we have done is like if you want to restart your server, so what you do, what are the ways we have? So you'll go to all programs and then software AG. Where is that? Okay, servers. I mean like start server, stop servers. So if you want to start any server, you will go here and you will do the start. And if you want to stop any servers, you will do it from here. Or one more method is, so if you install your software AG as a service, then you can load it from the services. So services will be like this. So if you go to Windows and services, so you can do from here. So this will come only if you install your software as a service instead of application. So you can right click and you can stop. So whatever it's not started, you can right click and you can start. This is one more way how to start your integration server. And one more will be from your file directory. So wherever you have installed, go to profiles, software AG, profiles. Okay, and if you want to stop or start your integration server, so first you will check. So wrapper.anchor is exist and .lock is exist. That means your server is running. Okay, and so your server is running, and if you try to hit this URL, so this coming up. That means no issues. So the log file and wrapper.anchor file exist, and if you hit this URL and you are not able to see this, maybe it's in the process of starting your integration server, or if it's taking more than like what you expected, then you have to delete these two files and you have to restart your integration server. So you can do this through shutdown will be to stop your server and startup will be to start your integration server. If you want to start your integration server, you have to run this from the command prompt startup.bat, or you can do it from here also. If you double click, it will do it. It's a bat file. Okay, so only when you want to delete this log file and wrapper.anchor file is like the times when there is a power shutdown, like without your interruption. So whenever you're doing like this shutdown, so whatever the service is running here, so those will be stopped and then your system will be stopped. So what happens if you switch off your power? So that time your uh, your server don't have the time to disable all the services. It will go abnormally that time. So these files won't be deleted, that log file and anchor.file. So when you're reloading it, I mean like when you're restarting the server, you have to delete those two and then you have to restart the server. Okay, so this will come like when you want to go the shutdown and restart. So you can shut down and restart the server from here. After all client sessions and like if there are any client sessions running on your integration server, so restart only after client session ends or immediately. You can do shutdown and restart. Okay, restarting QCK mode is like, so instead of loading all the available packages, so QCK mode like will load only what it's needed. So just want to debug your integration server, then you'll go to QCK mode and you will check. You don't need to load everything whatever in the integration server. It will load only few components. Okay, if you want to log off from the current user, you can do that. So this is important. About page. So this about page will tell you about your integration server. So what's your, so this is related to your hardware and this is related to your software edge web methods. So which product it is and then what's the version. So is there an update and then what is the build number and then other details. And so if you want to know like what is the Java version you are using, so all these details you need, and these are the existing jar files. And one more thing, like whenever you have issues with your integration server and you want to raise a ticket with the software AG, first question what they will ask is, so they will ask about the about page, the first thing. So they will ask all the details in your about page, and then so package updates. What are the updates that happened for your packages? Okay, updates is nothing but like, so initially they will give one package, and if there are any issues, then they will apply the fixes and then they will do it. Okay, so whatever the applied fixes, if you want to see, you can come and you can see it to the this particular page, update page. Okay, and help. So this help page will be redirecting to your integration server. Okay, so if you want to look for like what are the available components here, and you can check it up. So menus and screens. So server log, I want to see like what are the available services, service usage if I want to see, and statistics screen. So it will explain about all the existing modules. I don't know whether it's available in the trial version or not. So you can double check one more time. Okay, so we're done with this. And then scheduler and remaining things we'll see in the next class. Maybe tonight. Can we close the session?